It ain't easy being right. All right. I just woke up, pull up Hoop Type on my phone. And if you guys don't follow my NBA show, you should. But on my NBA show, I brought up a point that I thought 2 weeks ago the Golden State Warriors could sign Carmelo Anthony. And guess what's being reported today by Sean Deveney of Heavy.com? Carmelo Anthony is an option for the Golden State Warriors. It ain't easy being right, guys. It ain't easy being right. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I know somebody in the comments, it ain't gonna ever happen. But come on. I've said it. First off, people don't realize Carmelo had one of the best true shooting years of his career. He had a true shooting of 57.9%, which was 2% above league average. And Carmelo wasn't actually horrendous last year. Like, Carmelo went out there, shot threes, hit threes. It worked, okay? He was not actually abysmal last year. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you guys think Carmelo Anthony is a good addition? This guy shot about 6 threes a night and made about 2.5 of them, all right? And he averaged 13 points a night. I really think Carmelo in 26 minutes. I think right here, let me read you what Sean Deveney said of Heavy.com. Another team with a big bill ahead of its season is the defending champs, the Warriors, who have currently filled 12 of their roster spots. They can have 15 players on the roster, technically 17 with 2 of those players being on two-ways, but they already filled up their two-ways. Now, look, a GM said it would be a really nice story if he could win a ring there to end his career. Golden State has the room for him. He can make the shots that they need, and they can hide up his defense, which is one of the biggest problems with adding him. He would have to take the minimum contract. They have a lot of young guys on that roster. They could do with another veteran. Those guys all know Carmelo from Team USA. And I don't know if they would really take a plunge on him, but everything makes sense, and it seems like there's some interest. But one NBA general manager told HeavySports.com he expects Carmelo Anthony to resign with the Lakers. They have to sort a lot of stuff out, obviously, but as more things get set, they'd probably get back to bringing him back. At this point, you just don't know what happens with Westbrook and whether you might need to take on players. So that seems like around the league, teams have 10, 11, 12 players signed, and there's no hurry to fill those last 3 spots because everyone's waiting to see how things play out, which is understandable, okay? For me, okay, I personally think Carmelo should go there to the Warriors instead of just sticking around and trying to run it back with his best friend in LeBron. But I was grabbing headphones. But my thing is that I believe Carmelo could fill in that Otto Porter Jr. role really well, as they haven't really signed anyone to replace Otto Porter Jr. Like, they've drafted guys like Guy Santos, Patrick Baldwin Jr., and last year Jonathan Kuminga as guys who definitely could replace eventually the Otto Porter Jr. role. But one might argue that they didn't really bring anybody in to play that role, you know? So I think bringing in Carmelo, this would allow Jonathan Kuminga and Carmelo to split the role of Otto Porter Jr. of last year, okay? And to have that vet who can come in and just shoot some threes. I think that would audio crapped out, but we were talking that Jonathan Kuminga and Carmelo Anthony could split that role, with Carmelo being able to play small ball 5. He's a little bit of a thick boy. And again, Carmelo shot 6 attempts last year at 38%. And over here, like I said, one general manager thinks that he could go to Lakers, but another one thinks that it all comes down to Darvin Ham and Darvin Ham making a decision if they should bring him in. Because, you know, as you get later into the offseason, with the Lakers especially trying to get younger, this was a team that they looked down and they got to wait till, hey, if Darvin Ham decides, look, I have a role for Carmelo and let's bring this guy back. But another little Sean Deveney put out a little great point that I think it's going to come down to between the Warriors, the Lakers, and the Nets, because Irving Durant wanted the Nets to sign Anthony in 2019 when he was a free agent, but the Brooklyn Nets front office decided against it. Now there's a possibility for Carmelo Anthony to go there because he can contribute with the Nets easily, and he would have to be on a minimum like it would for the Lakers or Golden State. And if it's Brooklyn and you think he can be a positive, then they should go out and get him, this guy was saying. But the Nets are projected to have a luxury tax bill of almost $100 million. Again, guys, I think the best place for him at this point, let's go and put him in Golden State. Golden State, guys. Why not? Like, imagine him, like, literally think of this. They could go small ball with Melo, because also another thing people don't realize about this past season with Melo is, guess what Melo did? Guess what Melo did this past year? Okay, yeah, he's not a great rebounder, but I want to say that he had one of his better rebounding years of his career with the Lakers. Like, he went out there, if his per 36, he basically would have averaged like 7, close to 8 rebounds a night. So he's a power forward easily, and he could be a small ball 5, so you could run lineups: Andrew Wiggins, Carmelo Anthony, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. And Andrew Wiggins and Klay Thompson, I would assume, would help, mask Carmelo. Even then, I would take out Jordan Poole, and I'd rather run Dante DiVincenzo. You got to have more defense. Oh, dude, you could run Wiggins, Draymond Green, Carmelo, Thompson, and Curry. Oh, baby, that's so much.